Hey, I have a second channel. Cube Comp MTDX. Hey everybody. So here we are back again with this FSP 300-60 GHA parentheses 1 power supply. This is the one I was having. This is the one that sounded like a cicada, and I had put fresh capacitors in it, and then I noticed the under very light loads the voltages were kind of all over the place, and I took it back apart and replaced the capacitors in charge of the 3.3 volt and 5 volt outputs, because I was questioning if the caps I put in were not a really good series for this unit. So the caps that went in are in fact motherboard harvest, and the unit still was acting a little odd under very light load. So I decided, what the heck, let's put this thing into a system where it would have some real case scenario loads. So we got it installed here in the Trash AM2 system, and so the motherboard's connected up, hard drive's connected up. I was only able to connect up one of the optical drives because this unit has just one Molex power connection, just one Molex 4-pin power connection, and the rest of the connections are either a floppy disk connection here and a bunch of SATA connections. It comes to show the time period of this power supply. So let's go ahead and plug this up and see how this thing behaves. Okay, so I have the negative of the multimeter actually touching against the case to act as a return path to the power supply, and I'm going to use this 4-pin floppy disk connection to measure output voltages on this unit. It's either that or have to try to measure it off the ATX motherboard connection. So that being said, let me get this on here really good, and let's get the meter in a path to where you can somewhat see it. Alright, we're going to start this system up and see how this thing runs. See if the power supply makes a lot of whining, or if the voltages, or particularly the 12 volt rail, acts really weird. Alright, here we go. And lo and behold, we are getting a solid 12 volts. So this might be a little bit of a surprise to some of y'all who have watched the previous videos and probably commented saying, hey, don't you plug this into a PC? Now the fact is, I'm actually shooting this video right after I shot the last video, so you can see we're getting a solid 12 volts there. How's our 5 volt doing? Well, if I can get a good connection to it. We're getting 5.05. I know you can't see the meter, but yeah. So it seems that with this unit plugged up, it's doing much better. But I'm not sure if this. Not sure if the computer is actually posting. I didn't actually plug up the monitor, keyboard, and mouse. So let me go ahead and do that. So it comes to show that sometimes you just need a little bit of load on the thing. One thing I'm going to be working on as a project pretty soon is I'm going to actually construct me a load testing box. It's basically a box with resistors connected to the various outputs. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure if the computer's actually posting. Let me see if I can check and see what the power good signal's doing. If I can see where it is. power good is 5 volts, so motherboard is getting a power good signal. Not wanting to post. Go figure. But the outputs are doing good. 11.97 on the 12 volt rail. 5.05 on the 5 volt rail. So I can see what the 3.3 volt rail is doing. .33. If you listen, there's no whine, no hissing sound. It doesn't sound angry. It doesn't sound like a cicada. But I'm going to go ahead and take this back out and put that unit back in the Trash AM2 system. We'll see if it actually posts. Not really sure what's going on with that, but okay, so I put the other power supply back into the Trash AM2 system. Let's give it a shot. So it did post. Still not sure if I should blame it on the power supply or the motherboard in this machine acting finicky. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'm going to probably drop that unit into an Optiplex 390 system, since I got a few back there that need a power supply. I'll probably just drop that into one and see how it runs, see if it behaves. Okay everybody, so I got the unit mounted into an Optiplex 390 system, and let's go ahead and start it up and let you have a listen to this. It definitely is making itself heard in this machine, kind of like it was in the previous video where I was rebuilding and repairing one of these machines. So, and I also mentioned that the system is not posting. For example, if I check the 5 volt rail, we're getting well, the leads wouldn't fall. It to be great. We were getting I would say a solid 4.95 to 5 volts. Kind of hard to do this and hold the camera at the same time, but bear with me here. Here's the 12 volt rail. 11.9, not sure if you can see that or not. 11.93. Got 5.06 on the plus 5 volt rail. If I stab the 3.3 volt, we're getting 3.33. But if we check the power good, we're getting 4.5, which I would say is pretty close to 5 volts for power good, but I'm thinking this motherboard's not accepting that as a valid power on, or excuse me, a power good signal, because we're not posting. And the Trash AM2 system also didn't post. So I'm thinking at this point I'm just going to scrap this unit. I'm tired of dealing with it. It's just, no matter what you do with the thing, it's just, yeah. So there you have it, guys. Even though I kind of felt like I wasted my time with this thing, it was still entertaining and worth it for you guys, because I know y'all enjoyed watching the videos of me trying to repair this thing. I'm probably not going to scrap it right away, but it's going to be taken out of service and put in storage. I am going to go ahead soon and look at the other unit, which is the same model as down there, and it doesn't even start. It just gives 5 volt standby and nothing else, and the PS on green wire is showing about 5 volts, so I know, I'm pretty well certain that the supervisory chip is working. but the unit does not start. I may try a recap with that one, but yeah, there you have it, guys. So FSP, well, they're not the worst out there. I'm gonna say they're not the best either. This is a 2007 unit, and I've got a ton of Best Tech units up there, and at least 1 or 2 High Pro units up there on the shelf that are working just fine and are much, much older. Some of them are probably from 2003, and some of them have had capacitors replaced, but some of them are actually stock original caps and everything, and still work just fine. So okay, so I had realized that somehow the USB KVM switch switched over to the Plexi. You don't understand why it did that, but that would explain why nothing was coming up on the screen. So it probably was actually posting, just couldn't see it. But still, the fact that unit is still making all that hissing and squealing and all that crazy noise. Yeah, I mean, I could go in and replace that 12-volt capacitor, but I think there's other things going on with that unit. So again, now we have a Best Tech ATX 25012Z unit tossed in here, and currently cannot power the drives because this unit at the moment does not have any SATA connections for power. I'm going to add some, but you see here, system does come up. It does take a moment. Yeah, what's going on is apparently this thing, because the Plexi at the moment is not powering the USB ports with 5-volt standby, so the KVM switch keeps resetting back to input number 1. So you can see it does start up and run. And this unit makes no crazy noise, no hissing noise, nothing like that. And this is actually this is probably a 2007 or 2008 unit. Came out of a Windows Vista era HP system. It's been recapped at one point. I had recapped it many years ago and had pulled it back out of service. I guess the computer that I put it back in came back for replacement or whatever. But yeah, so crazy. That unit there, although it no longer sounds like a Cicada, it just doesn't regulate its rails really well when there's hardly any load on it, and when you do put some load on it, it still wants to whine and hiss and squeal. So yeah, guys, don't really know what to say about that thing. I'm gonna probably end up scrapping it because I can't have that. There you have it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.
Well, everybody, that wraps it up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the computer channel, and be sure to tick that bell so you'll get notified when new videos are posted. Also, don't forget, I have a whole lot of other interesting videos here on the channel to check out. And also, in addition, I have a second channel, CubeComp MTDX, where I have all sorts of other videos not exactly related to technology. Links to the channels are available at the end of this video. Again, I thank you for your support, and thanks for watching this video.